James Willoughby here, bringing another episode of What's Happening in Austin Real Estate. This week is September 8th, and so we're calling it week 2 of September 2025. Want to share with you what happened in the last week. When I did my video last week, we shared with you that we just went under 14,000 listings, so we're going the right direction. Well, this week it just kind of flattened out, so we have about the same amount of inventory this week as last week, so it made me scratch my head and was excited to see the next slide to see what really happened here. So this is new actives versus new pendings, okay? So Austin MSA. So you see we had a jump here. The red line are the new active listings. We have 839 new active listings. So last week we were excited because if you pull back here, you can see when the red goes below the green, that means we have fewer homes going on the market than coming off the market. That's only happened a couple of times this year, usually over a holiday weekend. And then what we saw here, of course, that's what happened here. That was Labor Day. What we saw was a bump in inventory. These are the folks that didn't go on the market over a week ago because of the holiday weekend. So we had quite a jump in inventory there on a weekly basis. And then as far as pendings are concerned, this is concerning, 670 new pendings versus 767 the week before, or 787 rather, or 89. So you can see that there's quite a shift there in the number of homes that sold. So that's going to affect our absorption rate. So usually I think this is somewhat of a factor of the holiday, but we'll have to see in the next week or so. At year over year absorption rate, you can see we just shot the moon this last week, going from under 18 to almost 21 weeks of inventory. Now, what the absorption rate is that's how fast the listings that we currently have would sell based on the current pendings for last week. Last week it was definitely a low, 670. So is that cause for concern? Well, hopefully it's just a blip on the radar. We pull back and look at last year, you can see there's some ziggy-zaggy numbers where it goes up and down on a weekly basis. So I'm hoping that next week it'll come back down to the 18-week mark. But maybe this is the start of a new trend. I don't know. We can only find out over time. And a couple other things I was going to point out. Well, we did talk about interest rates going down to, the 1-year low. We're 0.15 or 15 1,000ths away from the 100ths rather, away from the low for the year. So that's good. Rates are cooperative. Price reductions. And I saw that we had 1,500 price reductions. So you can see that that's actually going down. However, we've had so many homes come off the market. These are the serious sellers now getting prices dialed in. Well, until this time next week, you have a good one. And let us know if you have any questions or concerns. Thanks. Bye.